getting it, fella. Look here. Stand by.
One for C-Lab, two for Draw Eagle, three for Wolverine to round out the trio. In this episode, everybody dies.
Broadcasting live from inside the Power Band, this is The Blah. In this episode, everybody dies. I'm your host, Kevin, along with my super superior companions, Ben.
Yo.
And Chad.
What's up?
Welcome to the show, folks. This week, we're talking about the 2020 whatever, might be a classic sequel to Thor 5, Death and Darkness, starring Nicole Kidman, Alexander Skarsgård, the immortal Willem Dafoe, and some other cats. Let's get to it.
Ethan Hawke, bro.
Sorry. How can I forget the Hawker, man? That was terrible.
That's a death, bro.
That is a definite death.
Robin's
Bjork.
dead. Bjork's in it.
That's right. Oh, Jesus.
Bjork's
and
in it.
Bjork.
Bjork's
That's
in
a
it.
double death,
Bjork.
dude. Bjork.
I enjoyed your Bjork's in it snippets in the outro of the previous episode.
Yes. And just so I'm clear to all of the listeners out there, we're talking about the film Northman.
Randy Quaid.
There you go, Randy Quaid.
No, that's not Randy Quaid.
It should be Randy Quaid.
I totally thought the shaman in the cave was
Did
Randy
you?
Quaid.
That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, it kind of looks like him though.
Yeah,
doesn't
no,
it?
I got you. I was getting other vibes too. I can't recall who I thought it was, but I like how he's kind of a chameleon. It was Ingvar Sigurdsson, of course. I mean,
Of course, it was.
as soon as I heard that, I was like,
Sigurdsson.
oh, yeah, Ingi Sigurdsson, totally, yeah, mm-hmm.
Totally, the He Witch. Fuck. I mean, he kind of does look like Randy Quaid.
He does have a Randy Quaid vibe. Give him a fucking shit pump and a bathrobe, he'd totally do it.
Hey, everybody! There's a shit cloud coming.
Man, I swear, every time I think we can't milk another drop out of that, we just need to find another
No,
50
man.
feet of crap, dude.
The beloved, well-known, no one in the entire world has not seen weird Christian treasure in a rundown factory pirate movie starring gangsters like Ice-T. Like everyone knows that movie.
Oh, that was a Kingpin reference.
Oh, that's a death. I thought it was a "Hey everybody, it's the cops" reference.
Negative.
Oh,
Wait, what was the line again?
I am a meat popsicle.
Yeah, it's hey everybody, there's a shit storm coming or a shit cloud coming.
No,
I
it's
don't
a shit
remember
cloud
what.
coming.
Shit
Randy
cloud.
Quaid,
yeah,
yes.
okay. Yeah. So that was what I had said.
Oh, see, I thought it was a "Hey everybody, it's the cops" mixed with
Hey,
him
everybody,
pumping
it's
shit
the
out of the
cops.
Christmas Vacation into the sewer. You know, I thought you were kind of mashing it up there.
No. I was going with the hey everybody, there's a shit cloud coming.
Official name, Death by Shit Cloud.
Why don't we go with a "Hey everybody, let's cut the last 5 minutes out of this fucking show"?
We'll see, we could do that,
But it's not going to happen now that somebody said it.
Delete.
but that's right. You wouldn't allow it,
No, that's right. I
so
won't.
we won't either.
All right, so we covered the He Witch. All right, that's kind of the most important thing.
That's all that matters.
What are y'all's high levels about this movie? Was this first watching?
Yes, first watch. I only did one watch. Excellent movie, man. Excellent. Really super dark. God, I'm really trying not to say That is hard.
Uh,
The movie
you should say
was
fuck.
dark.
should say what?
Say what?
You should say fucking instead.
Oh, that's what I do.
Fuck.
Instead of
Fucking
That's what I do.
fucking the movie.
Yo,
I used to work
fucking-
with this kid that would just, he'd be like, yo, Benny, fucking.
Oh my God. We had a guy like that too, man.
Fucking. You know that guy that fucking.
We had a guy like that, but it was frickin' instead of fucking.
Oh,
He would be like, yeah, I'm just sitting here frickin' not going home.
okay, bro.
We'd be like, okay. Anyway, back on the high level.
Frickin'.
Fucking.
We're gonna start doing this ironically, and then it's gonna turn into how we communicate unironically.
Yes, I can see that. So we're the movie was dark, but what I liked about it was dark interspersed with a lot of light. It wasn't just all like, this sort of dank, dark, frickin' black hole of evil, frickin'. It was good.
All right, that was fucking poetry there, Kev. That was poetry.
My most eloquent.
Oh man, high level. Yeah, I liked it. It was freaking dark. Yeah, give me a $5 scratchy. What did you think, Penny?
I read an article about this movie. It was like a review, like right after reviewers saw it. It wasn't out yet, and it got me super fucking hyped. And I ended up
hyped, yo.
It got me so hyped that I ended up buying this like as soon as it was available for anything digitally.
Wow.
And I watched it, and it's good. It's really good. I don't know if I'm super psyched that I bought it, because I don't know if it's the kind of movie that I would watch a lot.
Yeah.
But with that being said, it is a great movie. It's beautiful. It's definitely dark. It's a lot of, apparently like a lot of realism, or a lot of accurate portrayal of, Viking culture.
Yeah.
And, weapons and, all that stuff. So, yeah, it's a good flick, man.
Yeah. So it sounds like it fell victim to kind of when you get pumped for a movie and then it doesn't live up to it. It's not the movie's fault kind of thing.
I don't know quite what I was expecting, but it wasn't quite what I expected. And not that it's not good. It just, I might, if I could like trade somebody for another movie on Prime, I might do that.
It was good, but it wasn't. It was good, but it wasn't stellar Skarsgård.
It was not Stellan Skarsgård. No, it's good. It's really good. I can't take anything away from it. It's
cool.
I don't know. Perhaps not a movie. More of a rent for me than a buy.
Yeah, sure. Well, my high level fucking... Yeah, I feel very similar to both of you. Slightly the opposite to you, Benny, in terms of the hype, where I didn't know shit about it, so therefore I kind of think I was a little bit more delighted by it. So I'm kind of stoked. Good. I'm kind of stoked I didn't get overhyped on it. I watched it for the second time in prep for this, and yeah, it's fucking great. I really, really dig kind of mythology type movies. I really dig kind of like old, super old, kind of like historic. I don't really like period piece movies and shit. I just find them kind of boring, like all the like old fucking horse-drawn carriage, hoop dress bullshit that, like Downton Abbey and shit. I can't do it. It's just so boring.
Fuck that shit.
But if you're talking like old Roman era shit or Viking era shit, like I'm totally down, man. I love seeing kind of like how crazy life was back then. And it's awesome to see like an accurate portrayal. And yeah, I feel like it really did a good job of weaving kind of mythology into it and kind of mysticism a little bit here and there, but didn't go like too crazy with there actually being gods running around and shit. And yeah, really dug it. Super beautiful, and I'm amazed at fucking... I mean, I'm not amazed. I'm bummed that it kind of bombed, but
it's bombed?
It doesn't surprise me. But yeah, it did. It costs $70 million budget, which then ballooned to 90 because of COVID stuff, and then it made like 40. So it bombed fucking hard. And then I guess they were able to kind of break even with video on demand purchases and stuff, but it pretty much just fucking tanked, which sucks.
You know what? I'm not surprised.
It's not surprising, but it sucks.
Well, go ahead.
Well, that's it. It's just, it's not surprising, but it sucks. Because, like, I don't know. One of the most common things I saw, I was just checking out user reviews on Rotten Tomatoes. And people were like, so fucking boring. Slowest movie ever. Worst movie. And it's just like, dude, are you fucking retarded or what? So
Are you
like,
serious?
yeah, and it's just like, I think that's the kind of everyman kind of wants a fucking Marvel movie. I would have hoped that the action would have been enough to keep a Marvel fucking vanilla bullshit person entertained, but clearly not. You know, it's just kind of a bummer because it's a good movie. Like there's tons of action in it for those types of peeps that like that kind of shit.
Yeah, it's not going to be for everybody, but yeah, it's interesting. I think I paid more attention to like critic reviews, and you know, I feel like it was pretty universally loved. By
Exactly.
critics.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I feel like anybody who's like into movies would dig this movie, but people that are just like into the spectacle and kind of want just the most boring fucking photocopied movies, they're probably not going to dig this.
This is truly a nerd movie.
Well, there was a dude who made an interesting point on YouTube who was saying, like, what was he comparing it to? The Revenant. Where he's like, look, The Revenant and this kind of have a similar vibe and they're similarly slow, but The Revenant had fucking Leonardo DiCaprio. You know, like, and everybody in this, a film buff knows, but very few, like, normal people. You know, everyone knows who Leonardo DiCaprio is. Very few people know Alexander Skarsgård outside of people that enjoy film. You know what I mean? So,
dude, it's got fucking Vampire Eric, man.
I know, but like even that's kind of niche, you know. It's not like a universal audience thing, you know. I think it's a reasonable point because like Anya Taylor-Joy, Ethan Hawke, Nicole Kidman, like they're legends, but not to fucking dickhead with his 16 kids in camo pants who's like going to see the latest fucking Marvel movie, you know.
Well,
and you're like, hey, what'd you think of the Northman, man? He's like, dude, that fucking sucked.
Dark lever.
Yeah. It's like, dude, my wife put that shit on. I spent the whole time playing with my Leatherman. So boring.
Well, this is my regular Leatherman for when I'm just riding around on my motorcycle as Bruce Wayne, but these other two here are specifically for when I'm wearing my bat costume.
I love it.
And this one's for electrical related items.
When I'm rewiring
And
the apartment.
This one's for wet nuts.
I'm kind of bummed that Batman Death isn't
for when I'm making ship models in a bottle.
Oh yeah, that was the best.
You sound like that was great. You sounded like the like Bale on steroids in like Dark Knight. You know?
Oh my god,
that was good.
I totally forgot about Batman making fucking ships in a bottle. It's just like the best fucking visual.
I was thinking about like when Bale's on steroids with the voice, like in the beginning of the Dark Knight, you know, and he's like, "Yeah, but I'm not wearing hockey pads."
Yeah.
I was thinking about he had the Leatherman, and he was like, "This one's for when I'm fixing my hockey pads."
I embroidered my name inside so I don't lose them, says the Batman. If found, return to the Batman. Where is he?
Where is he?
I picture all
Alfred,
of...
I lost my Leatherman. Where is it? Where is it?
I picture Alfred with a Sharpie writing the Batman like on the inside of all of his long underwear and stuff.
This particular Leatherman's for embroidery-related tasks.
I love how far from a Viking movie we are here.
A is for Alfred. B is for Bat.
Oh my god.
C is for Catwoman.
D is for Dark Lever.
D is for Detective Gordon.
Okay, so back to these nerds on the internet. Like, I mean, I get what you're saying, Chad, but like Nicole Kidman, dude.
They're
Nicole
not nerds.
Kidman
They're just boring people that don't like movies.
Okay, all right, fine, whatever.
They're the same people that would have taken their kid to the new Top Gun movie. Cool. Okay.
What's that?
They're the same dude that would have taken their kid to the new Top Gun movie. The Top Gun movie printed fucking money. Like
Yeah.
they're just people that I don't know, or like it's like a fair weather fan. They're casual moviegoers as opposed to like people that enjoy movies. Like that's fine. It's just a different.
Were there
thing.
any like actually like cool people that watched this movie that had comments about it?
Yeah, like I mean, say what you will about critics, but like if all the critics universally love it, then like anyone who fucking enjoys movies will probably like the movie. It's the person that watches the Super Bowl versus the person that watches like 67 fucking games up to the Super Bowl.
That's true. Hey Benny, did you check out that Stanley watch on Citizens?
I did not get to that one actually. Thank you for reminding me. I get it.
Now's a good time.
The cool part is that like
you guys mind if I have a look at that right now?
Mind if I just...
Well, this is somewhat show related because it is about Stanley, and we love superheroes and sci-fi, and we love stashes.
What does that have to do with the price of milk? It's like Stanley with a mustache watch. I mean, if there's one thing you could say about the Vikings, Stanley.
All right, I'll stop.
Look at that! Look at
see,
that!
With the stash,
that's
dude?
interesting.
Isn't that
Yeah, well, yeah. That's dope.
Dude, when is somebody going to release
That's
a
dope.
series of Magnum watches or something like that, dude? Like with this big stash, or like the two halves of the stash, or the hands of the
I was
watch.
just gonna say, yeah, could the hands of the watch be the stashes?
I mean,
Right?
Are you sure? Have you looked for this? Because it seems like it's like pretty likely that it's happened.
It should.
I like that the 12 and the 6 are in like comic font. Yeah,
Totally.
Yeah, interesting. Very interesting. I dig it. I like it. I'm realizing now that Stanley was apparently the opposite of me coloring wise, whereas my mustache is still rather dark and luxurious. My hair is mostly fucking white now.
Interesting, yes.
You get the white stash,
Yeah.
black hair. I like it.
This is my friend Ben. We call him Black Stash. He carries the Leatherman. Its particular specialty is trimming mustaches.
I feel like the little Leatherman scissors or Swiss Army knife scissors would be pretty good Gomez scissors.
I'll tell you what I think would be sweet is a
Dude.
Leatherman that was very specific to trimming stashes.
Yeah.
We need to immediately patent and release the EBD mustache grooming Leatherman.
Oh,
I'm down.
God damn, that's great. Yes.
It's got like a built-in wax dispenser. It's got it's got various trimming apparatus. It's got tweezers. It's got it's got a couple of like a fine and a loose tooth mustache comb in there.
Ooh,
And
I like that.
and it's in a case that's shaped like a mustache.
Oh, man, yes. Wow, we are mossy tonight. I love this.
Yeah, it's good. We're barely talking about this movie, which is a good sign in the usual.
Yeah, I mean, look, we're gonna get to that.
It's banter heavy.
We're gonna get to it.
Yeah.
It's banter. It's banter.
So there's banter.
Banter. Everybody loves it. It's banter.
Boulder Dash.
Balder Dash. So
Chit-chat.
So to go back to these not nerds but normal people that don't like the movie, like I don't get it. Nicole Kidman is a total superstar. I mean, it's like undeniable, dude. Like I get that DeCaprio is too, but like she's easily on the same level as DeCaprio. So I don't know how people could have missed that aspect of it. The other part that you're talking about, like I'm not really surprised that people were just kind of like, don't get it. Blah. But I don't know. I get, like you said, this movie is not for those people. And
It should be. It could be.
it's a shame. Yeah, it could be. I mean, if people gave it a chance, because it's not like it's difficult to understand. I mean, it's like, yes, they're speaking multiple languages and this kind of thing. But it's all very clear, and there's translations where there need to be, and like, I don't know. Like, I thought it was very cool and very different, man. Like covering a bunch of different geographical locations, like Iceland and what was it, like Iceland, Denmark, and Scotland or something like that?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I mean,
Shit we're making up is true.
you're probably more right than not, and I don't care about looking at a map right now. So, yep, Iceland definitely.
Okay. I don't know. Like I thought the mix of the darkness and sort of not the darkness was great, you know, and it wasn't just like super weird with too much mythology. Like it was a good story. I mean, like I did read some of the, like the little X-ray blurbs, you know, on Amazon, and it was like, you know, they kept talking about how it was based on this and based on this story. You know, it was like actual stories and or accounts that were either written or took place, you know, in this sort of time period. So yeah, well, kind of mythology, but you know, kind of
like,
not. And
verbal around the pre-writing campfire tales.
Maybe we should call it Campfire Tales.
Campfire girls.
Like what's the dark and what's the light?
Well, on every level, like so, like visually, like it's like
Sure.
it's very dark visually. Certainly in the beginning, and then in certain points in the movie, you know, sometimes simply because it takes place at night, right? But you know, the sort of I don't know. At least this is the way I interpreted it, or how it felt to me as I was watching it. Was that you know the darker parts of the movie in terms of like the story and the tone took place when it was visually darker. You know what I mean? Like either like they were in the woods and it was kind of dark, or it was overcast or kind of gross, you know, foggy, or at night when it was dark, you know. And then, you know, some of the lighter parts of the movie took place, you know, not all of them, but a lot of them took place, you know, when it was like natural sunlight and you know, like that kind of thing. So I don't know. I just thought it was like a good mix of that. Like I really wasn't in the mood for like another like, you know, I don't know. Have you guys ever seen The 13th Warrior with Antonio Banderas? Like,
Yeah,
it's kind of
fucking
Beowulf. Essentially Beowulf. And it's I don't know, it's a really good movie, man. I like that movie. I've seen it a bunch of times. And
yeah,
like that movie was very like dark, like visually dark, you know, like the whole way through. It's like the mead hall's dark and it's like there's fog everywhere and it's just like everything's at night and like, you know, so it wasn't quite like that. Like I liked the mix of both light and dark, like in tone and visually in the movie. I think it worked well, and it didn't like drag the movie down to this depressing kind of darkness. You know what I mean? That was, you know. So I don't know. I think that was one of the strong points of the film. You know, among other things, like the story was just great. I mean, like you know, when we find out that you know, he finally confronts his mom. And he's like, "Hey, mom, it's me. I'm here. It's little guy me. I'm grown up now." And she's like, "Yeah, that whole thing was my plan. I did all that, and your father was a douchebag, and I wanted him dead, and now he's dead. So we can be lovers now."
Whoa.
I was just like, "Whoa."
Yeah, that was
you know, like that
crazy shit.
I did not see that coming at all, and I was just like, "Holy smokes, this is crazy, man." You know, and then it really took a turn to Dark Town then.
Yep.
I don't really know where I'm going with that thought, but somebody else could talk.
Fucking.
I didn't really I don't know. I didn't really pick up on the light dark thing in terms of the cinematography. I suppose it's just like obviously pre-electricity, therefore lots of night shots and shit. All the pagan-y kind of ritual stuff.
I
think the opening for me was really set the tone in an interesting way. You know, you get the king coming back or whatever, and all like there's like some interesting close-ups and shit, and then you know going hanging out with Willem Dafoe doing fucking hallucinogens, kind of rite of passage stuff. It was just an interesting kind of opening. And then as soon as they go up after the rite of passage, I just really was struck by the kid, you know, like sticking his tongue up in the air to catch a snowflake, and then all of a sudden his dad just gets fucking got with a bunch of arrows.
Oh my God, right?
Like it goes like super, it's just like, oh shit, all right, it's gonna be that kind of a party.
Yeah, exactly.
And I really dug that. I really dug the kind of, you know, it gets the pace with which it gets going is like 0 to 60. Because the kid cuts the dude's nose off, gets on a boat, and then all of a sudden he's like an adult rowing on a Viking ship about to go and raid a place. Like it was a real snappy intro that really kind of grabbed me.
I knew when we found you as a pup, you had a heart of cold iron.
Yeah, that was great. Probably the best line of the movie.
And they immediately want Herzog to be doing it now.
Yes. And also, like, I don't know, those guys are, like, very akin to Klingons in many ways.
With their little, like, kind of guttural trilling of their throats and stuff.
Guttural trilling, the ululations of the Chittatuck. Yes,
The ululations of the Chittatuck.
Dude, that raid in that village was fucking really great.
which raid?
When he catches the spear and throws it back, and they're all like berserker wolf dudes, and they just jump over the fucking wooden wall and just fucking lay it waste.
Yeah,
Jumps over the wall with his like 98 pack.
Yeah, exactly.
His 98 pack.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just like one of the things that's always been interesting to me about these types of period movies is just how brutal life was. And to be able to, like, you know, sit on my couch and fucking drink a beer and watch this movie and not have to, like, raid the next town over and fucking murder everyone and take their food, but I can, like, watch a movie about it. It's just interesting to think back to how crazy those fucking times were, dude. Like, so fucking crazy.
Well, you know, they didn't have to. That was there sitting on the couch drinking a beer watching a movie.
There you go. Like, I'm bored. Let's go fuck that town up, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, hey, hold my beer. Watch this.
Hold my beer. I'm gonna fucking murder someone.
Like, I'm tired of sausages.
Sausages.
What do you think they got over there?
I don't know. Let's go.
Oh, I heard they had chickens. Dude, I want chicken. Let's fuck them up. Steal their chicken.
Maybe they're those chicken Muppets over there. Go fuck them up.
Ooh, there you go.
Dude, oh my God.
Dude.
Dark chicken Muppets. I would fuck them up just to steal their He-Man vehicles.
Fucking totally, dude.
It's sweet He-Man vehicles, bro.
So I don't know. It gets off to a really good start. He's just like, you know, the hard done by kid who survives and becomes a goddamn fucking swole Viking warrior. He's a fucking beast, dude. Skarsgård put on some serious tonnage for this one.
Yeah, he did. Jesus.
I love how he's like the jackedest dude ever, but he also has the like stoop neck, I look at my phone all day kind of thing going on, you know? He's just like all hunched over and fucking angry little ant. I loved it.
What'd you say? I look at my phone all day.
Yeah, he's just like in between raiding villages, he's like playing Candy Crush to calm himself down, you know what I mean? He's got like this. Dude, I got one of those fucking sprinkle candies that causes them all to blow up.
It's the Angry Birds Chicken Muppet edition.
Yeah, exactly. I like to play Angry Birds when I am not raiding.
I like to play Angry Birds when I'm not raiding villages and berserking.
My app tells me if I get to level 100, they will let me into Valhalla.
Hang on, I've got a new ab for me. That's ab number 99.
So, I don't know. I love him. I love Skarsgård, dude. He just, he absolutely fucking killed as Hamlet. He was so good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he was great.
Man.
I honestly, like, I don't think I've ever seen this guy in anything. If I have, I didn't
really?
realize that it was him. Yeah, no, I'm totally new to this guy. Like, his dad, I'm, like, super into his dad.
I saw him in the Vampire show back in the day, and then I've said it a few times, the Generation Kill Iraq War, he's Iceman in that. And obviously we've talked about his debut as the smoothie-making dude from Zoolander in the gasoline fight. But he's great.
Yes. Yeah.
You should definitely check out Generation Kill, man. That's a really good miniseries.
I know, you've mentioned it numerous times.
He was the protagonist in Mute.
I've never seen that
He
one.
was sort of like it takes place in the same universe as Moon.
Moon, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He plays like an Amish, you know, mute dude who's
The mute Amish dude?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think the movie kind of got panned, but I think it's pretty good.
Yeah, no.
And it's got Paul Rudd as a giant mustachioed
Yes.
prick.
You can just stop right there. I'm in.
Yeah,
I didn't.
it's quite
You had me at hello there, totally.
quite good.
Had me a mustachioed.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I don't know. He was he was in as that really weird MLM show on becoming a god in Central Florida. His recent kind of like him and what's her name from Virgin Suicides, Kirsten Dunst, play like a husband and wife in Florida who are like in an MLM. It's fucking kind of dark, man. He does a great job in that.
I'm putting together my next Amazon order in between berserking.
They have free shipping, I mean.
I've never told you to buy all your paper products on Amazon. That's what
I got Prime. I got Prime a long time ago. It's very good.
Prime delivery, and then it comes very quickly. And
it comes by long ship.
Dude, I love how none of us sound even remotely like the guy.
But we're just keeping on going.
I know. I got more of like a Dolph Lundgren thing going on.
I've got to record a video of me skateboarding while I'm drinking this cranberry juice.
Oh, Vampire Eric.
I'm surprised and not surprised at how fucking terribly this is going.
Why? What do you mean?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I was like, oh, this is probably going to be a love fest, but instead it's turned into like a Ritalin fest.
I think we all need to break into the Valverdean fucking Ritalin stash.
Time to fucking snort some Valverdean Adderall, boys.
Well, I thought you were going to say break into the Romulan ale stash.
That too. Focus, Tiffany.
There you go. Close the tab, bro.
That was a Matrix death, unfortunately.
Yeah, it was. All right, I'll stop what I'm doing. Put that down.
I don't know if Focus Tiffany is a true Matrix death.
I mean, it's a Matrix reference.
Yeah, it is. It is.
It is. All right.
is,
God
yeah.
damn it.
Okay, so we are talking about the movies, so let's keep going because I am digging this. Where were we just now?
We are talking about the movie. I don't even remember what we were talking about. Viking watches.
We were kind of having an Alexander Skarsgård love fest.
Alexander Skarsgård moment.
Well, Alexander Skarsgård and his abs.
And his abs, yeah. He's a buffer.
He's a buffer.
I'm not sure why, but his IMDb
Has no
profile
pants.
pic. Yeah, he's like on a red carpet with a tuxedo top and no pants.
I mean, shirt cocking is a very bold move if you're not a Burning Man.
I'm just wondering if he actually did that. Like if he
I
went
think he
to
did, man. Yeah.
an opening with
With no pants on. Right? It's pretty legit.
It's a move. It's a bold move.
It's a move.
It's a power move. Right. If you click in, he's got socks with a garter belt on.
Oh yeah, he's got sock garters on for sure.
He looks like he was at the MTV Awards.
Ooh.
But see, that's a place you might shirt cock. You know.
I just love how he's just got some serious white budgie smugglers going. Like, he's just going for it.
What did you call them?
Budgie smugglers.
Jesus.
A budgie is a small Australian bird.
Okay, that's got to be an Aussie.
It's an Aussie one, yeah.
Expression.
Everything is an Aussie, so that's why he's Darth Australia now.
But like, not to pick on Alexander Skarsgård here, but like, your stylists, you and your stylists are like, let's not wear pants. Okay, like you walk the red carpet, you get your photo, cool, you're cool, but then you got to go like sit down in a seat for like 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's you got to like shift your weight, cross your legs, You kind of worried you're going to hang a brain. Like there's some risks associated with this maneuver.
Yeah, undoubtedly somebody got an eyeful at some point.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
And they probably had to get put on the fainting couch because it's Alexander Skarsgård's brain, so.
Now it's time for you to go onto the fainting couch.
What about Anya Taylor-Joy? How familiar are you guys with her? She's the fucking it girl at the moment.
Wait, what? Who's that? Is that Glenhilda of the Birch Forest?
Olga of the Birch Forest.
Dude, he's still hot from the Owen.
Yeah, the blonde girl, the main girl.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, she. I don't know if she's like. I don't know. She's not the it girl to me. I mean, she's
in fucking everything.
She was good. She was good, and she was, definitely possessing of
certain qualities coveted by the superficial male, you know? But I don't know.
She's playing
She's
Princess
good.
Peach in the new Super Mario movie, as well as Furiosa in the new Mad Max movie.
What? Furiosa?
Yep.
How? Furiosa is freaking Charlize Theron, dude.
I think it's a prequel.
It's a prequel.
It's a sub off.
It's a sub off. If George, what's his face, didn't direct this prequel, I'm not watching it.
So there.
Indeed, he did.
If George, what's his name, did not direct it, I will not watch it.
I love how you nerded out about being so offended about the guy whose name you can't remember. If the guy that did it isn't doing it again,
Then I will not be watching this.
I'm an expert in all movies. That dude
Yes.
better make this one. Anna Taylor-Joy, you guys might remember her as the lead kidnapped girl in the Unbreakable sequel, Split. Did you guys ever see Split?
No, I didn't see it.
It's good.
It's
You got to
not
watch
because I didn't
those other
want to.
ones.
I know. I
did see
heard
it.
it was really good.
Yeah,
I
it was
did
good.
see it. I did not remember her from that.
Yeah, I think that was one of her bigger breaks.
Yeah, she came onto my radar in the Queen's Gambit.
Yeah, that was great.
Netflix series that probably got her on everybody's
On
radar.
most people,
if
yeah.
they hadn't noticed her before.
That's a great, and then Peaky Blinders too, which I still have only watched a couple episodes of. But Queen's Gambit was a
Same,
great
but-
miniseries.
Yeah.
But she's quite good in this.
Yeah, she's apparently going to be in everything now.
Yep,
and,
that's what I mean,
well,
yeah.
she's good.
We're still talking about Olga of the Birch Forest, right? Or whatever.
Olga of the Birchen Forest. Yeah, that's how you have to say it.
Olga of the Birch Forest.
What does that remind me of, dude?
Swedish Chef.
No, well, that a little bit.
when the girl is going to get the chicky.
I don't know what it reminds you of, dude.
I don't know. I think it might be Mrs. Doubtfire, but I'm not sure.
Oh yeah, maybe.
I don't do the males because I used to be one.
Mrs. Doubtfire, that could be a good one to do someday.
Dude, definitely.
Dude, Fjolnir the brother. This was pretty cool. The main antagonist, he was great, dude.
Oh shit! I know what it's freaking Trading Places, dude. Jamie Lee Curtis.
There you go. Got there in the end. Anything about this movie?
Well, it is.
Fjolnir, the brotherless.
I guess what's his name? The Skarsgård that played It the Clown was supposed to play Fjolnir, but couldn't make it. That would have been pretty interesting.
There's another Skarsgård, dude, besides Stellan Skarsgård and Alexander Skarsgård.
There's like
Or are we talking
75
about Pierce?
Skarsgårds, dude. They're like the Swedish Baldwins.
There's like fucking 1,000 of them.
It's like John Smith in the U.S., right?
No, dude, they're all siblings. It's like there's the Baldwins, man.
They outnumber the Helmsworths.
Yeah.
The Helmsworths. Nice.
Bill
Wow.
Skarsgård, Stellan, Gustav, Bill, Walter.
Good God, man. That's a lot of...
Yeah, Bill Skarsgård is his brother, and he plays the Pennywise in It.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize that.
Bro.
It's very confusing because we also have Peter Sarsgaard, who's a great actor as well.
It's very confusing because we have a guy with a completely different last name. It confuses me.
It's not completely different. It's SARS or Scars.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes, I would say that.
I would say that.
All right, I give up.
Why are you saying that, dude? We're
I've been
talking about
trying
the
to get
movie.
this thing on track for like 45 minutes.
It is on track. What is your problem, man?
I'm laughing. I'm not angry. I just think it's funny.
All right. I'm not going to fight you, dude.
I'm not going to fight you.
That's it. We have officially lost our podcasting mojo.
Oh, boy.
But we're having fun.
I wouldn't say so. Dude, we're sitting here talking about...
The Skarsgård versus Sarsgaards.
Sarsgaard versus Skarsgård. All right, so moving on from the Skarsgård clan.
You big in the Shakespeare shit, Kev, with all your theater stuff?
Yeah, I read about that. I don't, I mean, I'm not super into it, you know? I don't know. Like, a lot of actors are just like, oh my God, Shakespeare. I'm just like, whatever, dude. I don't know. I mean, I like it, but
Yeah.
I
I've never
think
gone crazy into it.
I haven't either, but here's what I think it is. For me, it's that it's kind of like we were talking about that one episode, like when people just keep being like, "Oh, dude, you got to see this movie. Oh, dude, you got to see this movie. Oh, dude," and then you're just like, "Dude, I don't want to watch that." You know what I mean? It's
So
more
you're
like
saying
that.
it's like Pearl Jam. Shakespeare's like the
Yes.
OG Pearl Jam. Is that what you're saying?
So
Yeah, it's kind of it is kind of like
just like it.
it's kind of like
Pretty
OG
much the same
Pearl Jam.
thing.
It's like
Exactly
you know,
the same
like-
as Pearl Jam.
well, I mean, look, fools are just like they're just like, "Oh, dude, Shakespeare didn't." I'm just like, okay, whatever. All right, you go do that, man. I'm gonna do something else.
Okay. I love it. I love how dumb the guy that likes Shakespeare sounds, because the Shakespeare guy is totally a Ponzi prick. Ooh,
Yeah,
did
exactly.
you know this is very much lifted from Shakespeare and some of his sonnets? Like, don't fucking care, bruh.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they're not all douchey like that. There's just 2 1 it's Shakespeare. It's just like, okay, my God.
All right, man.
Well, let me get you why don't you sit down and let me get you a glass of water? You know what I mean? Like, calm down. So I don't know. I'm just kind of like, okay, yep, great. But I think, you can't deny the quality of the work. I mean, and there's some of that in here / there's some of that this in there. So I definitely appreciated that. But I also really like that. This is kind of like the source material for Hamlet. Like I spent a little bit of time reading about that, and I definitely dug it, man. Like my gripiness about doing Shakespeare aside, like I definitely like that, man. I thought it was cool, like because that's something that's rarely talked about. Is like what's the source material for Shakespeare himself? So to see, assuming that that's all true, of course, to see that this Viking lore, true mythology or otherwise, is the source material that he based some of his works on, I think is extremely cool.
Yeah, super cool.
And then to actually see those stories, because it definitely had this, this kind of Hamlet-y vibe to it, and you could totally see where he drew inspiration from it, man. Because I mean,
yeah,
the story is great. I mean, I think like when I was talking before about when we were actually on track, like 30 minutes ago, about how the reveal there when he's finally like, it's me, and she's just like, yeah, I masterminded that whole thing. I wanted him dead. I was just like, what the fuck, dude? This is so dark, man.
Mind blowing.
Like it was a total surprise to me.
Yeah.
And I was like, it really made for like great, story element and plot turn, man. I was just like, where is this going to go now? You know what I mean? Like, is he going to just completely wig out? Is he going to continue on his quest to like have his vengeance? Like, what's it going to be? So I really liked it a lot. And yes, the fact that it was, possibly the influence of, Shakespeare's work was, I thought it was extremely cool.
Yeah. One thing I didn't pick up on until the second viewing here, in that scene where she reveals, Nicole Kidman's character reveals that she set the whole thing up, is like, she was kind of like a former slave who, became the queen or whatever, quote unquote queen, because like this is like, you're the queen of the fucking, straw hut that everyone fucking gets drunk in. You know what I mean? Like, it's not that great. But like, she's the queen, and that's cool, and she's not a slave anymore, but then wanted to be loved. And Ethan Hawke wasn't totally down with that, so she ends up hooking up with the brother, who then she's like, well, why don't you kill your brother? And then we could, like, we could be king queen together.
Why don't you kill your brother? We can hang out.
And I don't know, it's just kind of interesting. It's like, she's not evil, she's just like, the environment is so fucked that in order to get above the fray, you have to, like, just be super fucking vicious. And it's just an interesting thing. Like, the weak don't really do very well in that society. It's pretty fucking brutal space.
It was definitely a brutal space, but like I definitely was connecting with that same kind of energy and thought. I was like, well, okay, fine. So, I mean, if you take away the part when she's like starts kissing him, which I thought was super twisted, like,
Yeah,
the fact that she was like,
it's like Macbeth or whatever.
Well, yeah, but like the fact that she was just like, look, your father was a real scumbag, like always sleeping around, and like always doing this and always doing that, and I just like I couldn't deal with it anymore, and I wanted to be happy, like you said. You know what I mean? Like that, I was just like, okay, well, I could easily see both sides of this. Like I could see where the kid is so angry, and he's just his whole life he's been like full of hate, like plotting this whole revenge thing. And then I can totally see her side of it too. You know what I mean? It's just like
Yeah.
the guy was a total scumbag and he was like mistreating her and sleeping around. It's just like, yeah, go girl, like,
You go, girl.
well, what, you know what I mean? Like, why not?
Sure.
Why not?
Did you know Bjork was in this?
Yes. To be serious about that for a second, there was not enough of her, man. Like the character was so cool. The costume was absolutely gorgeous, man. The whole thing of, her being like sort of the seer or whatever, like very cool, but like just not enough of her, man. Like,
It's the same with
like,
Defoe
wow.
and Hawk. They're barely in it.
Well, I agree.
Yeah.
Hawk is in it a little bit more. Like Defoe, like I actually took like 3 notes, and like one of them was like, "Is Willem Dafoe immortal?" That was my note. I was like,
Pretty
"This
much.
guy is just like, he's amazing. Seems to never age, and he's just like, I don't know, man. He's just so good."
Yeah. Short screen time though, although you do get to see his
Desiccated head.
preserved head. Yeah.
It was a pretty
Sort of makes
good
a return at the
likeness
end.
to him, to be
Yeah.
fair.
Oh yeah, zombie Willem Dafoe. There you go.
Yeah. Have you seen any of this dude's other stuff, The Witch and The Lighthouse? I've heard really, really good things about them.
No, The Witch was popular, and I kind of caught on to that. I didn't watch it, but it looked really intense and really cool.
You seen any of them, Benny?
I don't think so.
I've been wanting to watch Lighthouse for a long time. I'm kind of glad I haven't seen it because I bet you $20 I'd be like, well, the books this episode. Be like, well, actually, in the other movie, The Lighthouse, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of glad I didn't fucking see any of them yet.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. But I'm definitely stoked to check them out, both of them. I just can't fucking believe this guy didn't make any money on this. It's fucking better not prevent him from making another movie.
Yeah, that was really.
What else we got?
I don't know who else is in this. So we didn't really talk about Nicole Kidman. I mean, except for me saying that she's as legendary as DeCaprio is. Like, I mean, I don't know. Here's the thing about Nicole Kidman. Like, every time I think like, oh, she's too like this now or too like that now, she goes and does something like this, and you're just like, dude, this woman is incredible. She's just great. She can do all different kinds of stuff.
I mean, she'll never beat
maybe
BMX Bandits, but this was pretty good.
No, definitely will never meet BMX Bandits, dude. But I mean, that's a given. But just excellent all the way around. I enjoy her in pretty much everything I watch her in.
Sure.
Like she's not so much on the comedy tip, but she doesn't really need to because she's just done so many interesting, cool things. Like the
Batman Forever.
I mean, yeah, Batman Forever.
Moulin Rouge was kind of one of her big swings.
Frickin' Batman Forever.
Batman Forever.
Again.
One of the first things I saw her in was Dead Calm with Sam Neill and Billy Zane.
Billy Zane.
That is so good, man.
Billy fucking
Such
Zane, bro.
Excellent movie taking place on such a small space. That was very, very cool. And some really great Billy Zane. So, that was excellent, man. And then like Stepford Wives was like super weird and cool. She did The Invasion with Daniel Craig. That was like a science fiction movie. Like she just will, she jumps in everywhere, man, and just like throws down, I mean, you can say what you want about Aquaman, but she played, his mother in that, and she was really good as the Queen, and just I don't know, man. She's just very capable, man. She's like that band of actors from Australia, like Kate Blanchett and Wolverine.
and the Wolverine.
Yeah, she's like Kate Blanchett and Wolverine and Tubby for Free Russell Crowe. They're just there's some of the best. Period. There's some great training going on over there, and like they're producing some really excellent actors. Guy Pearce, he's one of my favorite actors. So at any rate, it was good. It was good to see her in this, man. I really liked it.
Seemed to enjoy herself.
Yeah, I guess.
It would have been a fun role.
I don't know. I didn't talk to her about it, but yeah, sure.
She was like, "Yeah, it was fun."
Did you know?
It's great.
Good.
So are we bits and bobsing then?
Sure. Brutal Viking lacrosse.
Yeah, the hurling game, that was cool.
Was that hurling?
I think it's a precursor to hurling.
Because that's how hurling was described to me by one of my Irish buddies when I was living out on Nantucket.
Yeah. Now the hurling sticks are very, very similar in terms of shape, but the ball was a completely different size, I think. Hurling's fucking crazy, dude.
It's kind of like half baseball bat, half paddle, kind of.
That was the Mountain from Game of Thrones, the big dude.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah, dog.
I thought it looked familiar.
That was a cool scene. I like that. The little kid just like runs out onto the field. Like, what are you doing, bro?
Goes full ankle biter.
The guy just fucks him up and is gonna like crack his head off. Like that's a totally acceptable thing to do to the king's kid,
I know.
So dark.
Like, what?
And then Amla finished it off with like a fucking head crushing, like 65 headbutts. It was great. It was just so much good stuff going on there.
No, it was really good. And then, like, what's his face comes up and he's just like, "You have been loyal to the house. When we get back to the village, you will get some new privileges. You will be able to eat more than one time a day. You will be in charge of the other slaves." Like,
we give you 15 minutes more of screen time for your games.
Cunty Viking Dave Navarro.
Dude, he was so cunty.
Definitely.
I loved how much I hated that guy.
Dave Navarro. Yeah, that was great. Nice call, man.
Yeah.
Such a little prick.
Cunty. He's like a cat. It's like, where's your asshole?
That'd be a cunt.
The Amleth causing shit in the little town or little, like, whatever fucking farm by nailing up all of that dude's friends in the shape of like an 8-legged horse was pretty dark.
Mm-hmm.
It was fucking crazy, dude. That kid just goes nuts.
I like the whole Draugr scene.
The what?
He goes down and
Draugr. What?
Yes, the Frogger scene.
The scene where he dodges traffic.
Sorry.
Which scene, Benny?
When he goes to get the sword.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
That was really cool. That was trippy, man.
I kind of like that way that they did the supernatural, have it be like a vision as opposed to a reality,
Yeah.
The dude, the fucking giant zombie dude gets up, I'm like, oh, it's going to be that kind of a movie, okay. And then it just cuts back to it not being there. I appreciate that,
Yeah, I did too. I like that a lot.
Yeah. I don't know. It was okay. I was hoping there was going to be more supernatural shit in this movie.
Yeah, okay.
And when that... when it played out like that, I was like, oh, okay, it was all in his head.
Well, it's the same with the Bjork thing. Like, Bjork was in his head, too,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have Go ahead, Ben. Sorry.
No, it was cool, but, like, I think it might have been interesting if, like, there actually was supernatural shit in the movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Make it a little more, like, mythological,
Yeah.
I had that thought for a minute. I was kind of like, you know what? This would be cool. It'd be great if this was, like, there's a little more, or just what you said. I was just like, yeah, it'd be cool if there was a little more supernatural in this. But, at the same time, I was just, I don't know, I kind of got over it pretty quickly.
I normally want supernaturally stuff, but in this one I found the opposite. I don't know why.
Meaning you didn't?
Yeah, I just was like, I was kind of glad they didn't. But normally I'm super down with kind of having that kind of a spin.
It was definitely an interesting way to include it without really including it.
Yeah. Having mythological stuff without having it be legit.
Yeah, no, I'm see that. Yeah, it's well said. It was enough of a dabble. You know what I mean? And then, there was definitely some creative license too. The whole kind of Valhalla dream with her carrying him on the horse, like that was pretty cool. And
super cool.
One thing I really liked a lot was like how they kept cutting to the whole like what was it called? The tree of the king.
Oh yeah,
which was like like his heart,
It was like
and
a fucking Shrike tree.
Yeah, it was kind of like a Shrike tree in outer space, but like I I don't know. It was kind of cool. It was kind of like part family tree, sort of. But
Bloodline stuff, yeah.
yeah, kind of bloodline. Like I don't know. I really like that a lot. And so some of those visual elements had very kind of ethereal, supernaturally qualities to them, and I dug that. You know what I mean? And it worked well. Like it didn't really make you think that it was like science fiction or fantasy or supernatural kind of movie, but they were nice visual elements. Kind of broke it up a little bit. I dug that a lot.
Yeah, totally.
Sure.
I think you hit the nail on the head. Like it just broke up the feel of the movie from time to time.
That's what I do, bro.
That's what I do.
On heads, man.
Dude, shout out to
bro.
Yeah,
bro.
Gonna have to replace those tires, bro.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. That's a sidewall puncture.
The Claes Bang dude, I mentioned it before. The dude who plays Fjolnir, he was great, man.
I thought it was Case Bang.
Claes, Klaus. Fucking who knows?
He was great. He was really great.
Their lava battle, their naked sword fight was pretty amazing.
Good stuff.
Yeah,
he was a good choice. Go ahead, Ben. Sorry.
Yeah, I was having Revenge of the Sith flashbacks.
High ground. Yeah, I didn't
I was like, and this is the part where he turns into Darth Vader.
I didn't think about that at all. That's funny. And a Star Wars death. Whoop.
We'll take the Star Wars death for that. Yes, indeed.
Let's jot that down.
I don't know. I just like, Amleth goes to try and fuck shit up at the end. Everyone's fucked up on mushrooms. Nicole Kidman ends up like slicing and dicing him a bit. Then the kid slices and dices him. Amleth kills both of them. Now he's in a weakened state.
Mushrooms.
But then, like, Fjolnir comes in and he's just like, grabs his dead son and his dead wife. He's like, I'll meet you at the gates of hell, dude. I'm going to go bury him in fucking, like, he's not going to fight him now. He's just like, yeah, I'll see you in a minute. Like, I'm going to meet behind the bleachers.
Right.
Like, okay. Gates of hell fight, dude. Lava sword fight.
Nothing like a lava sword fight, man.
Especially where they both die, too. Like, you don't need this fucking hero kills the baddie and becomes fucking Luke Skywalker bullshit.
Yeah. No, we definitely don't need that.
It was pretty badass. I like the whole turnaround because Alexander Skarsgård is already injured and proceeds to get even more fucked up in the fight. And I just like the turnaround where he's just like, no,
yeah, like, all right, dude.
It's kind of a tropey thing, but it was done well here.
It was very Rocky. Yeah, he takes a sword through the heart and then decapitates him. Like it was pretty awesome. And then I guess there's also the he knocks up Olga of the Birch Forest, and then they get on the boat.
Mm-hmm. Olga of the Birch Forest.
And she's like, dude, come with me. Let's go have a life. And he's like, I can't do it, man. Can't do it. I'm out. And just jumps off the boat,
I love that. And then it's just like, I'm going to swim the whole way there in funny clothes with leather on. I was like, yeah, okay. You're going to get real far, bro.
Right.
But he did.
Well, I just like that he's like trying to save his kids. As soon as he's like, you're pregnant. You're pregnant. He's like, you can't. This Fjolnir deal will hunt you down forever. I got to go stop this shit. So it's like, it's kind of dumb and kind of Fate and Valhalla-esque and stuff, but it's kind of cool at the same time. Yeah. It's kind of him just being like, nah, I'm going to go put a stop to it. You guys go. I'll protect you kind of stuff. Very old school honor kind of Fate bullshit.
Yeah. I mean, he probably would have been, more useful if he had just stayed, but
probably. Yeah. Slightly more useful. But the whole mythology thing, right? The whole honor stuff. You don't really have stories from 800 AD where it's like, and then they lived happily ever after.
Yeah.
No.
Any other bits or baubles? Bits or bobbleheads?
Not really. No.
Nah.
Oh, fuck. I had something a minute ago, but it's gone now.
God damn it. How about nuggets?
Nuggets.
Of which I have none.
I think the interesting nuggets we already kind of spoke about, that this is the source for Shakespeare's Hamlet.
Yeah, I agree.
And then Benny saying earlier that it's like one of the more historically accurate attempts at Viking era stuff, which I think is pretty awesome. I think that makes me like the movie a lot more, is that it's like I can take it as a pretty realistic interpretation, which I like, instead of it just being some random dude's decision of what it should look like.
Yeah,
I
like that too. Yeah, me too.
And then the mountain from Game of Thrones. That's the only nugget I can think of. That's nuggety.
Terrific.
Terrific. Okay. Let's see here. Deaths. We got them. Nothing really to write home about. There's just some deaths. I had I forgot Ethan Hawke was in the movie Death, and then I forgot Bjork was in the movie Death. This is terrible. And then Chad had probably the best death by shit cloud. And then Chad had
what was that one?
Ben said that.
Hey everybody, there's a shit cloud coming.
The dude was Randy Quaid, and then he made that reference, and you were like, didn't get what it was from.
Yeah, no.
And then Benny had a Star Wars death. That's it.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay, ratings, folks.
You go.
Me.
Yeah.
Okay. This. I thought this movie was really good. I really enjoyed it. I was watching it last night and I was exhausted, but it really gripped me and pulled me in. Loved the Shakespeare connection. Loved that it was I haven't really gotten on board with the whole Viking everything shit that's going on right now, Not that I'm opposed to it, but
yeah.
I haven't really jumped.
It's definitely a flavor the last few years.
Yeah, like I got an actor buddy who was like all about the show Vikings, and
it's all right.
He talked about it a lot, and I was just like, okay, cool, I'll get to it, but I'm not like jumping in on that now. I've seen people running around in the mud before, like in Braveheart, so that being said, like I enjoyed the Viking element, the whole. I like historical stuff, you know what I mean? And whether this was mythological or historically accurate, I don't really know. I don't really care. I like the kind of the mix of both. There was some elements of the supernatural in there, that was pretty cool. I thought the costuming was really, really good. We didn't talk about the music at all, which I thought was really good.
It was really good.
Some of it was great. They used some really minimalist stuff in there with the music that worked so well. It was so good. So I really enjoyed that. All the acting was just top notch as usual,
Oh boy.
I love these films like this where you've just got a great mix of like, Swedish actors and Australian actors and American actors. And it's just like, and everybody's just like bringing a game, dude, and it's just, excuse me, great. And it all mixes well together and makes for a great ensemble cast. So, really, really good, man. I'm going to go ahead and give this movie, a 9.01. Like, I really enjoyed it. There's really nothing to not like here. I still cannot wrap my head around the fact that this movie A, bombed, and B, people were just like, death. Like,
yeah.
It's great. I mean, if you like, sword and sandal stuff, or I guess like the new thing is like barbarian type stuff, Viking type stuff, like this is great. So, go watch it, man. It was great. It's my long-winded rating.
That's an interesting point, though, because like it seems like the Viking show stuff is exactly what all of these fucking camo Leatherman dudes want, and they love it. And so why they wouldn't like this too?
Camo Leatherman dudes?
Yeah, the guys we were talking about earlier, like the vanilla everyman who doesn't like this but likes action movies,
Right.
Because it's like everyone I run into that's way into Vikings, the show, is like that dude.
Right.
But whatever.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. Yeah.
Where'd you end up, Benny?
Yeah, I'm kind of in the I'm a little bit in the camo Leatherman club there. From what I had read about this, like I was hoping for something more like a modern day Conan, the barbarian, like something like that. And I mean, there's a lot of similarities there for sure, story wise, etc. But that being said, just because that was my expectation without having seen it, it doesn't mean I can really take anything away from it as it is.
Like adventure-y Conan, or like what kind of thing were you hoping for?
Well, something like a modern day Conan the Barbarian.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just like is it the adventuriness of Conan, or like the actioniness of Conan, or like the kind of cheesiness. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm just curious.
I don't know. Maybe a little more of a scope. Maybe a little more, supernatural shit going on.
Yeah. Okay.
Like,
okay.
I don't,
Yeah.
It's a pretty. I mean, it's a pretty straightforward revenge story, and so is Conan the Barbarian. But it has a little more width to it. Not that it's a deeper movie by any stretch of the imagination, but it seems like
more chuff.
They travel to more places and more things sort of happen. This is just kind of like it's just got a few acts, a few different locations, and that's it.
That makes sense.
Does that answer your question?
It does. Yeah. No.
Yes. I
didn't mean to interrupt. It's just I wanted to understand kind of where you come from, and yeah, it's Conan's got more chuff. I totally get it.
Yeah,
dude, I really like that you used chuff as a gauge of something.
Hey, whatever. No, it totally makes sense. I didn't quite understand it before.
Fits.
Yeah,
it definitely fits. It definitely
cool.
Fits. So, anyways, it's a great movie. I'm going to go with an 8.5.
Nice.
I can't take anything away from it other than it's just somehow not quite my cup of tea, but it's excellent.
Sure, I like it. Yeah, similar boat. I guess I wasn't really expecting it to be more broad or have chuffier tendencies. And I'm kind of in love with the mythology-esque historical pieces from this era. So like, I guess I was just like super pumped to see something kind of in that vein. So for me, it's really quite a solid movie. I'd even go so far as to say it's a great movie, and I give it a 7.4.
Oh wow, man!
Check you out.
Yeah,
that's up there.
Yeah, it's
there, dude, for your algorithm.
Yeah, I really dug it. It reminds me of The Revenant a lot, which I really like. I like that one, which I didn't compare the two until someone mentioned it in some YouTube video. Some of the other shows we've done that are in the sevens, Ex Machina, Scott Pilgrim, Joker, Brick, Gattaca, Lethal Weapon. So it's actually probably in company that's a little bit too high, but like, I don't know, it just feels like it's a good movie. It might go down over time, but I really dug it.
I don't know, man. I could see this holding easily, for many years.
Yeah.
It's very cool.
For 100 years?
What?
For 100 years!
Yeah. I think, what
Machines!
I think I like that comparison to The Revenant, because I watched that not long ago.
I love that movie.
It's a really good movie, man. It does have a similar feel to it. It's very...
Yeah, it's similar pacing, similar tone,
yeah.
Similar look, even.
Yeah.
Definitely similar look. Very... one thing I like about both those movies, this may sound strange, but I'm going to say it anyway, like, they both have this really great ability to make you feel connected to the world in the movie. And by that, I'm really talking about the natural world, you can really like feel the wind, that ever-present wind in this movie. And then in The Revenant, it's like you can feel the steam and the fog and like the cold of the water. Like, I don't know. It's like a way of shooting it and mixed with the sound as well that could kind of, I don't know, I think really kind of transport you to that world. And
super
I
immersive.
really like that a lot. Yeah. Like I just kept thinking about that when they were at the farm, And, wow, thinking about that wind, like pushing on you all day,
Fuck that.
Yeah, I know. But we've all experienced it, certainly the three of us. So
no doubt.
I don't know. Really, really cool. I like that comparison to The Reverend. Yeah.
Revenant.
The Reverberant.
Matrix Revelations.
Exactly.
The Revenant.
Frickin', what are we doing next week? Frickin'.
Well, Kev, you son of a bitch, you're not going to be with us, so We're doing a twofer again.
Another twofer.
That's right.
And we're not making a habit of this, I promise. It's just the way that it's worked recently.
Folks, I'm quitting the show.
That's it.
For 1 week.
Higgs and I have decided to do a Miyazaki. We're going to do Howl's Moving Castle.
Oh, cool, man.
If any of you haven't seen this movie, it is definitely worth watching.
Go out and rent it or buy it and watch it.
I think they're all on Netflix, aren't they?
No, they're all on HBO.
Disney?
No. Well, they're all on HBO, too, because HBO's got the Studio Ghibli
Oh, maybe it's HBO then.
They're on Netflix over here because I'm in Australia, mate. Dunkaroos.
You don't just dip.
You dunkaroo. Yeah, man. How's Moving Castle? It's gonna be fucking
Well, there
good.
you have it. Yeah, check that out. Howl's Moving Castle. Thanks for joining us for a somewhat fragmented telling of
Show about
Northman.
watches and Leatherman.
Exactly. And a special shout out to
delicious watches.
Yes, and a special shout out to the gentleman that came into work today rocking a very cool watch. And when I inquired about it, he told me that it was the updated version of the watch worn by Arnold Schwarzenegger in Predator, which I thought was extremely cool.
And you were immediately best friends forever. And now you're pen pals.
My nerd gland was throbbing, and now we're pen pals. Exactly. Anyway, yeah, that's it. Thanks for joining us, folks. So long, and have a great night.
And thanks for all the fish.
Bye-bye.
See ya.
And that is going to wrap up this week's episode, folks. If you'd like to check out the show notes for the show, you certainly can do so. And you can do so on your podcast app of choice or at our website, ebd.fm/episodes/177. If you'd like to help out the show, you can always tell your friends, family, and loved ones to check out the show. It's a very powerful way to help us grow the show. And as we've suggested about 8 million times, and you folks have still not done it, please go review us wherever you listen to your podcast, because that is super helpful. Additionally, Patreon, you can throw us $1 and receive nothing in return but more wonderful show goodness. And as always, folks, check us out on social media. And by social media, we mean Instagram. We use the handle @EBD Podcast, so check us out. Thanks for joining us for Northman, and we'll see you next week for the 4th of our twofer series, starring C-Lab
forfeit of our twofers.
Yep, starring C-Lab and Head and HR Higo, so I will be absent.
Yeah, I'd still be stalking his new best Predator watch friend.
That's right. So long for now, folks.
One for C-Lab, 2 for Troy Eagle, 3 for Wolverine to round out the trio in this episode. Everybody dies.
Beady. Stop into it.